All right, we'll go ahead and get started with Eva Lys. First question from me. Eva, welcome back to Australia. Welcome back to the Australian Open. You obviously had a great run here last year. Can you just share some of the memories you have 1 year later and what you're expecting for this run?
I mean, I'm always very excited to be coming back to Australia. I feel like that's one of my favorite tournaments. Could be related to, could be related to my last year's run. But no, I love the people, I love the courts, the weather's great. I feel great here, so I'm excited for a good start.
All right, questions in English, please. Aki?
Hi, welcome back to Melbourne. So, can you talk a little bit about the United Cup? Because you played really good against the Iga. So, how do you feel about it, and how much are you excited to have this tournament?
I mean, first of all, I'm very happy to be coming closer and closer. If you think about my last results, they were pretty easy for her. But I was always improving, and I feel like that's one thing that really kept me going. So I was very happy to at least get a set off of her. I mean, we were both playing pretty well. She was the better player in the most important moments, which I still think about. I'm really sad that I couldn't win the match, but I mean, it's giving me a lot of confidence knowing that I can play that level, and definitely taking that into the next week. But for me, I'm trying to think of it as a process, as nothing that has to come down to this week, but more like comparing what player I was a year before and what player I am now. And it's, it's a very nice feeling.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that if you are kind of a player who likes to see that the whole draw, or just don't want to see the
one at a time. I mean, I know there are players who don't want to know at all, and I didn't look at the draw. I mean, I'm scared to check the draw. I'm just asking my mom or just like my team who's playing who, or like looking at the schedule, which is also good because you don't know the draw. But I know my opponent, and I keep it at that for now.
Yeah, one more. So I'm curious if you watched the match, the exhibition match against Sabalenka against Nick Kyrgios, and I was wondering if you have any opinion on that.
I mean, it's definitely. I feel like I'm a fan of everything that gets the sport into the spotlight, and the sport was definitely in the spotlight. I mean, we had two amazing players, Nick Kyrgios. I mean, he's a finalist of a Grand Slam. You gotta do that as well. It's not easy. And Sabalenka, in my opinion, one of the best players we have on tour right now. Amazing personality, and came together and they tried to do it for the sport, and I feel like a lot of people were talking about it. So I'm here to make the sport more popular.
Cool.
Eva, so I believe this is your first time directly in the main draw. Previously, you've had to go through qualies. Just now that you have this additional week to prepare rather than preparing for qualifying matches, kind of how did you spend that week in terms of having additional practice time, for this week?
I mean, I was actually doing with a lot of slams, I was always doing similar things. Like even if I was playing qualies, I was not. I don't know. I wasn't playing many lead-up events to slams, even with qualies. So I feel like everything just like I could play the United Cup, which is nice. So now I feel very comfortable with like practicing. I like coming to tournaments a little earlier to get used to the conditions, because my body always needs a little bit more time to get used to the courts, weather, everything. That's why I also came a little early to Australia. But it does feel nice to be in main draw for the first time. I was watching a couple of qualies matches, and I was rooting for them because I know how it is to play qualies, and I know how nervous you get and how many emotions that go in there. So especially on the last day of qualies, I like to watch the matches because I get very, very emotional, because I knew that was me a couple of years ago a lot of times. So I'm definitely cherishing the moment that I can practice this week.
You mentioned it a little bit earlier in your answer to your first question, but talking about have you seen the growth as yourself as a player from 2025 to 2026, kind of where did you see the growth, specifically with your game?
I mean, definitely, I feel like mentality is one very important thing. It definitely took me a couple of months to really get used to the tour, also the opponents I had. I mean, I've had a lot of tough matches in the beginning of last year that I didn't win, and knowing that I'm coming closer and closer and also winning against top players is, again, giving me the confidence I need. I feel like I just go on court knowing that I have a specific level to also belong on that court. And I feel like it's just like the overall confidence and maybe calmness being on the tour that I was definitely missing a year ago. So that's a nice feeling.
Not wanting to know the draw, is that something you've always done throughout your career? And kind of how do you think that helps you?
I mean, I'm pretty easygoing. I mean, even if I find out, it's not a big deal for me, but I know that I do think a lot. So I don't see a reason for me to think about the next round if I haven't played the first one. So I've been doing that my whole life.
Do you have a final English question?